Hey guys, wanted to put out a quick video to talk about the Hori Nintendo Switch Split Pad Pro controller. It's a product by Hori that's licensed by Nintendo. It's basically a Pro controller that attaches to your Switch, either your original Switch or your OLED Switch, and it gives you the sense of the Pro controller feel as you're playing in handheld mode, which is what it's designed for. Just quick pros and cons list on what you get and what you don't, and we'll decide if it's worth the 45 US dollar retail price that you can get it when they're available, when supplies last. Cons on the unit is there is no HD rumble, no IR sensor like you have on the Joy-Cons, no NFC receiver for the Amiibo accessories. So you see I have two Metroid accessories here for the Amiibo. This will work with the Joy-Cons. Will not work with the Switch Split Pad Pro. There's no battery, so they only work when they are attached to the Switch itself. They won't work disconnected at all. No accelerometer and no gyroscope. So like some shooting games with the Joy-Cons, like for instance Quake, you can turn and shoot, you can aim. Same thing with Zelda, you can use the actual unit to aim and fine-tune, make fine adjustments to make that shot with your bow in the Zelda games. You won't get that with the Pro controller. Also, there's no wake up. So what that means is once it's attached, the home button won't wake it up. It won't wake up the Switch like your Joy-Cons do. Some of the pros, it's used exclusively for handheld play. So if you don't have any other option, then just the fitment, especially for larger hands, prolonged play like this is not as comfortable as using the Pro controllers themselves. And I actually use these controllers to play all the way through Metroid Dread because I didn't have another grip at the time. So, and this was just wasn't working for me for long hours of play. So, so it is a great fit for larger hands. Feels great in the hand. Feels quality. It's kind of it's plastic for sure, but it has like a good quality filled plastic. It has large joysticks. The buttons are feel really good. Feels like an old school controller. The directional pad works really well. You also have assignable rear buttons in the rear, and you also have an assignable turbo button, and I'll show that feature next. Okay, so we'll go ahead and show the quick installation. Just easily remove your Joy-Cons, just like so. And then the Split Pad Pro just slides right on, just like so. So as I was showing you, or saying earlier, you can't wake it up. So the buttons will not wake up the Switch, but the button up top does the trick. And then once you're in, then it works as normal. Once it's powered up, there are no batteries. There's no battery component. There's no rumble. There's none of the electronics. But I'll give you an idea of one of the reasons that I really enjoy. Let's see how you can, or you can assign it and then it's turbo when you push the button. Now this is the best part for playing the old school games. Oh, gotta watch out for that dude. So that turbo button makes it worth it for the old school games. For anyone who played the NES back in the 80s, you can run right through Double Dragon with this thing. Okay, so after comparing the features between the Nintendo Joy-Cons and the Hori Split Pad Pro controller, I would say, yeah, it's worth $45. Especially if you don't already have a grip where you can get the same feel like we have with the Satisfy. You know, that works really well with the Joy-Cons, and then you have all the features. But in the absence of that, this is a nice substitute. I bought these before I got the Satisfy grip, and I've used them quite a bit. Like I said, I played all the way through Metroid Dread, so I really enjoy them. If it's within your budget, then absolutely pick up a set. If you really want to maintain those features that you get with the Joy-Cons, then go ahead and just order yourself a Skull & Co., a Neo Grip, or the Satisfy like I have here. And then you'll get the best of both worlds. The buttons are nice on here. The turbo function is super great with the old NES games. So if it's within your budget, I would recommend the purchase. Thanks, guys.
Please hang up and try again.